All right. Good. Okay. So it looks like it's the 1st of February 2022. And this is Ben Hewlett and Phillip Henry or Phil Henry. Which do you like to be better?
Hey, you can call me Phil.
Phil. All right. That'll go. That saves time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Good stuff. So we wanted to have a quick catch up to just see what you're about, and for the viewers to check you out a bit and see if you'd like to get involved in some of your amazing projects and your wonderful music. So let's just start with a bit of background. So where did it and you all come from?
Well, I come from Lancashire, a town called Chorley. And originally I'm a guitarist, a self-taught guitarist, and got very interested in blues.
And we can see those machines hanging on the wall there. That would indicate a bit of guitar interest.
Yeah, well, I kind of started on the electric guitar there.
All right.
A big Jimi Hendrix fan, so I got the white Stratocaster there. But I kind of went from that electric blues stuff and looked back to the roots of it, into people like Robert Johnson, Booker White, and Son House, and those kind of slide guitar players. And then a few years after starting guitar, I started harmonica as well. And similarly, I got very interested in the kind of the old school players, the kind of the roots of the style. And I became fascinated by country blues players like Sonny Terry and D. Ford Bailey. Actually came across them on a set of rare recordings that I found in Preston Library. I was on jury service at the time, and I kept slipping into the library next door to the courtroom and finding all these really great recordings. It was a really good music library there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was what sparked my interest really in harmonica, and I've had an interest in that kind of solo harmonica approach ever since. And as we'll go into, I've kind of taken it in a slightly contemporary direction with beatboxing and so on as well.
Yes, it's a big thing, big part of what you do, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's good to have something that you do that nobody else is really doing, I think, and it does give you an extra gear, particularly if you're playing a solo harmonica. You're kind of limited to the sounds you can make to a certain extent. So I'm kind of searching for other sounds, and the beatboxing just kind of found its way out through that, really.
Yeah. Did that get triggered by, the sort of the sounds of some of those train sounds, like Henry Witter doing his some of those sounds. What is it now? Some of those early train sounds had a lot of that kind of almost beatboxing in them, I think.
I'd say so, yeah, definitely. And just hearing the innovation of those players searching for new sounds and new ways of innovating with the instrument, but also new ways of kind of grabbing the attention of the audience. Because I think one feature of the country blues players is they were often playing to probably a moving audience on the side of a street.
Yeah,
or maybe
busking.
A rowdy audience in a bar or a barbecue or something. So it'd be quite good for them to have these little extra tricks and gimmicks up their sleeve. And I've always found that inspiring about the country blues players, that they were so innovative and creative with the instrument.
Yeah. I heard that Sonny Terry used to wave his arms around a lot to, as part of the show.
Yeah.
He didn't need to.
That's it. When you're busking, you need to make a bit of a scene, really, when you're busking, don't you?
Yeah,
I've done a fair bit of busking myself in the past, more on guitar than harmonica, I must say, but it does help if you've got a bit of creating a bit of a show to get people to start walking past.
Yeah. Excellent. So that's how long have you been playing the harmonica then? It must be
just coming up to 20 years.
20 years. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been my second instrument, I suppose you'd say, after the guitar, and particularly the slide guitar. But I do love the instrument, and I put a lot of time into it.
And I guess singing is your third voice, your third instrument. The voice is a third instrument, would you say?
I do sing, yeah. you kind of need to be able to sing as well, really, to put on a show, I think. But I'm slightly reluctant vocalist at times. But as I say, these country blues players, some of the best stuff is when you're incorporating vocalizations and bits of singing in between playing the harmonica. So that kind of inspired me to start singing the kind of falsetto lines and that kind of thing. So yeah,
Might get you to play something at the end,
yep, sure.
perhaps. So now, I guess you had the lockdown thing. It didn't really help a touring musician very much, did it?
No, it's been a difficult couple of years. Yeah, we were grounded from touring, but I've quite enjoyed the challenge of moving my work online to a certain extent. I've been doing a lot of one-to-one tuition via Zoom, and also running workshops on Zoom as well, and that's been quite rewarding. And we've also done quite a lot of online concerts from our front room, and they've been really popular.
Yeah, I've been to one. It was very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and you find that you're kind of playing to an audience quite a large geographic area all of a sudden, because we have toured around the world quite a lot, and we've picked up fans in various parts of the world. But if we do a live stream, then they can all come at the same time. It's really nice, and they start chatting to each other from Japan and Canada and Australia, and it's really nice actually. So it's not been all bad.
Is that something that you might continue when you have time at home?
We will be carrying on doing them, yeah, not as frequently, obviously, because the demand is not going to be there in the same way. But we something else we did during lockdown was we set up a subscription service for our kind of core fan base. And as part of that, we give them free access to live streams, and we sometimes do specifically subscriber only live streams, and also workshops and that kind of thing. So we'll be carrying on doing that, especially for the subscribers there, but also anyone can buy a ticket as well if they like to.
Yeah. So that's very inventive, really. I guess it does these things. These restrictions force you to be inventive somehow.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's either get a different job or find a way to adapt, really.
And
We managed to adapt.
what's coming up next then? You've got a tour booked.
Yeah, I've got a couple of tours. The first tour that we're doing is the duo, which is called Edgelarks. So that's myself and Hannah. We're touring in March.
Your new wife.
My new wife, yeah.
Yes.
Just got married on Saturday.
Yes, excellent.
So yeah, we're doing some shows that should have happened 2 years ago on the March tour. Some unusual venues, playing in a silk mill, the salt works, and various other places. It's all on our website, which is edgelarks.co.uk. And then pretty much straight after that, we're doing a really long tour with the bigger band that we play in, which is called the Gig Spanner Big Band, and that's fronted by Peter Knight, a fantastic fiddle player who used to be in Steel Eye Span.
Oh yeah.
And that's a really extensive tour, all through April and into May. And then in July, we're doing another tour with them, which is a very special project where we're collaborating with a best-selling author. I'm not sure if that's been announced yet, but so I won't announce it here just in case. But that's a really exciting project that's happening all through July, which is going to be based around the Southwest Coast Path.
Fantastic.
Now, very busy.
Yeah. So that's so for 3 months or so, you'll be basically not at home.
Yeah.
Right, because that sounds terrifying to me.
Yeah, I'm quite terrified. I think I got used to being at home now. I've got a bit pipe and slippers about it all, and having to go back out on the road. It's going to be nice to play to people again, but the travelling side of it isn't that appealing to me at the moment. But there you go.
So it's hotels or B&Bs, or is it in the van?
We stay in hotels, yeah. We're taking the youngster with us as well now. We have an 11-month-old baby, and she will be on the road with us, and also my mum. will be there as well. So we need a
Cool.
couple of hotel rooms for that to work.
Wow. Well, that's going to make it much more homely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice. We get to all stay together. So
And what a great opportunity to be playing in public, with a good setup and
yeah, yeah, looking forward to it.
yeah, yeah. And that takes us up to where? April, May, June,
Yeah, into the summer really. Then a
summer.
few festivals in the summer, um, and then towards autumn I'll be back to teaching again, one-on-one lessons through my Zoom uh, page, and yeah, so I'll be looking for new students for the autumn if anybody's interested.
Yeah, yeah. And I think you mentioned a while ago that you're going to start working on an online course.
Yeah, I'm hoping to be working on that throughout this year whenever I can find some time. And that's going to be a video course. Um, Country Blues, Beatbox and Beyond is the working title that I've got for that. So I want to kind of teach some of the beatboxing techniques that I do, but I'm quite keen to relate it, as you mentioned earlier, to the tradition of the instrument and the kind of country blues roots, which is where I see the roots of it as being, um, and also some help in playing some of those rhythmic techniques, um, and adding some of that to your playing. If you're not really a rhythmic player, more of a kind of melodic player, it would be useful for players that just want to become more rhythmic and more percussive in their playing, even if they don't want to beatbox. But then the beatboxing will be the extra kind of gear if you want it there as well. So that's the idea.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds very good. So looking back over the last few years, um, just thinking about, no doubt you've won 7 or 8 Grammys, have you, or that sort of thing? Or?
No Grammys,
Oh,
unfortunately.
not yet.
We've won a BBC Radio 2 Folk Award for Best Duo, myself and Hannah, with the duo Edgelarks. We won that in 2014.
Nice.
Um, that was a really nice thing. And that led to quite a lot of international work because the BBC is obviously a very internationally recognised brand. So I
Yeah,
think that's what kind of got us into the tours in Australia and Canada and that kind of thing. And yes, that was really nice. Really nice to have that recognition for the work that we put in. Yeah, it's been an interesting last decade. Really, that's been the duo has been the main focus over the last decade, and
mm,
we've travelled a lot
mm,
and enjoyed it. Made a lot of albums. I think we've made 7 or 8 albums now as well.
yeah.
But I'm yet to make a fully harmonica based album, and that will hopefully be the next solo album that I make.
Well, I guess that could coincide with the course, couldn't it? It could be
Yeah,
sort of
that's
part of the training.
that's the idea. Yeah, some of the pieces that I'm going to include in the course should feature on the album, and I'm currently working out the best way to record acoustic harmonica in my little studio here.
Mm,
It's not an easy thing to get it sounding really big without and not too bright. So I keep buying all these different microphones. I just got a really nice ribbon microphone. I'm going to try that one on it. So
right.
hopefully I'll be able to record it here in my own little studio as well. So that's another work in progress. But again, I've got to find the time in amongst all these gigs.
Yeah, yeah. I guess you could have a listen to some of the other people who do that sort of thing. To see what sort of gear people like Joe Filisko or Howard Levy use when they're doing solo stuff.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Joe. Actually, we toured together in Australia,
Oh,
and
did you? Right.
we share the same Australian agent. Funnily enough,
Oh, he must love what you're doing.
I think so. Yeah, yeah. We got on well.
Yeah,
So I got to hear him play every night for a while, and yeah, big fan of his, and his recordings are great. So yeah, we'll pick his brains on how he gets such a nice kind of warm tone. A big part of it is the fact that he can play with such a lovely juicy tone anyway. So you could put any microphone in front of it and it'd sound good, I'm sure. But yeah, I'll pick his brains.
Yeah, I think learning to play well before learning to make it louder is the right order.
Definitely the right order to go in.
So many students are going to get a microphone. It's going to make you sound great. No, it's going to make you sound louder.
Yeah, that's it.
And what else did you do? Hyde Park? You've been to Hyde Park?
Now that was a strange gig. Yeah, we both myself and Hannah were enrolled in a kind of folk supergroup called the Band of Love, and
All right.
we weren't playing a normal folk repertoire. We were actually playing disco songs in a folk style. So this was I think it's the brainchild of a chap called Ian Brown. He came up with the concept called Saturday Night Folk Fever.
Right.
So yeah, but it meant that we got to play at Hyde Park in front of somewhere in the region of 80,000 people.
All gagging for some solo harmonica, no doubt.
Well, they didn't know that they were, but I don't think they were expecting it. But we started our set with me playing kind of solo country blues style harmonica with some beatboxing.
Wow.
So yeah, I think it's not what they were expecting, but
How did that feel, standing in front of 80,000 people standing behind a harmonica,
yeah,
hiding behind a harmonica?
yeah, not much to hide behind, is there?
No.
It was quite. It all went in a bit of a blur, really. And I watched the video back, and it's not the best bit of harmonica I've ever played in my life, I must say. I kind of, I think adrenaline kicked in, and I was blowing the harmonica a bit too hard.
Does happen, yeah.
Yeah, but it did the job, and yeah, it's one of those experiences I'll never forget. And I'm pretty sure it's never going to happen again. So,
Is there a recording of that somewhere? Is that on YouTube somewhere?
I think it is on YouTube. Yeah, it's a BBC Radio 2 Hyde Park festival. What year would it be? 3 years ago now, I think.
It'd be interesting to
The
have
Band of Love.
Band of Love. Oh, we'll have to dig it out. Yes. And I think you and I met in a rare place, a pretty much unknown environment to most people listening. A didgeridoo. Can't really call it a conference, can you? It's
Gathering, they called it.
gathering. Yeah, it's much
Gathering.
sloppier thing than a conference.
Just a bit, yeah. Yeah, I think we both are mutual friends on that kind of circuit, don't we? They're interested in world music instruments and didgeridoos and juice harps and that kind of thing, and they all kind of congregated on this little festival. And we stood out because we could play more than one note at once, couldn't we? With our harmonica. So, yeah, I think we went down quite well, didn't we? Really.
A sort of a rare breed. What are they doing? They can play more than one note. Yes, it's a bit like a sort of Mad Max environment. People creeping around at night and just bizarre. Good fun though. All good fun.
It was.
I went to quite a few of those. Yeah. Well, I think that's the main things I wanted to talk about. Maybe we should just finish off, perhaps hearing some sounds.
Yeah, sure.
Perhaps the what is the one about the lamp light low or cut your thing? What is it?
Yeah, keep your lamps trimmed and burning. It's an old gospel song.
I like that one.
I pop a bit of beatboxing in.
Should we finish off with that then?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Keep all your lamps trimmed and burning. Keep all your lamps, keep them burning. Don't get worried, Get work. Get work. See what their hands down.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Like it. Hard work.
Thank you.
Quite hard work, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna show you how to do it, so it's not hard work. That's my plan.
Oh, right. All right. Well, that'll be good to hear. Listen, let's wrap up there. It's been good to talk to you. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks,
and
Ben.
we'll see you down the road somewhere.
Yeah, see you soon.
All right. Cheers. Thanks a lot. That's it. Good stuff. I'll stop recording.